When you think of women, we go women empowerment and for women, but let's not forget that there's some hoes.
What does it have to do with her choices, though?
Yeah.
You chose to have a baby with her.
Yeah, but the baby is older now. But what about her choices after the baby has arrived?
You thought she was going to change after the baby got here?
Oh, wait. What did she say? You thought she was going to change after the baby got here? That was 12 years ago. People don't stay the same. People grow. You're not the same person I knew from 12 years ago. That was literally what you just said.
Person.
So she's not. But you thought the person was going to change because a baby came?
It looks like we've found yet another strong argument of why shame needs to make an absolute comeback. Because in today's podcast episode, and shout out to the folks over there at 8 at the Table, we have women getting offended by men simply saying the harsh truth out loud. Now, this comes as of another piece of content that I missed while I was out on sabbatical, the 50 Cent and Daphne Joy situation. Daphne Joy apparently was one of Diddy's escorts back in the day, and there was a tape of their escapades getting released out onto these internet streets. And now 50 Cent is speaking publicly about the type of woman that she is. Now, I personally have been getting shamed, and folks have tried to cancel me for saying what is true out loud, that there's certain behavior that should not be praised. And if we don't talk about it, then they will go consequence-free. Meanwhile, they're having an adverse impact on themselves and the culture at large. And look at the result. We now live in an only can society where accountability gets avoided like the damn plague. So let's break this one down. Let's get active without further ado.
They feel like it's special because it's my son's mom in the actual thing. But we haven't had any intimacy for 12 years. She could be out back with a dog for all that. To be honest with you, and she's the only person that we didn't get into the documentary that I wish we did, because it would be the person that's there that wasn't a victim.
That wasn't a victim.
No. See, when you think of women, we go women empowerment and for women, but let's not forget that there's some hoes. Right.
They exist, baby.
Just realize that's there. That just exists. Come on. So there's people that are there and they're looking for these things. Like they look for that. So she's just getting what she actually would. If you met at the present moment, check out the OnlyFans, man. It's up 85%.
Wow. Let's talk about
It works. She's achieving what she's after. Trust me.
I just want to say about Daphne that we did reach out to Daphne. She was not in the film that was her own choice to not be in this film.
So what's crazy is like when he started saying, he said something like the woman, he knows that some women are still hoes. Mm-hmm. Like you can't discount that women are hoes. And he could have said men, but we weren't talking about men before you say men are hoes too. Just talking about what he said. And then a lady blurted out, and predators. She had to throw that in there, which wasn't necessary. Because one, she wasn't on stage, and two, he's just explaining about a person that he had relations with, right? And you're not looking at it from the point of like him as a businessman. Take the relationship out of it, because he already said, hey, we haven't been together for 12 years, right? You're looking at a businessman, and he's telling you, well, I see through the play. That's what he's saying on stage. Like, I see through the play, and this is exactly what she wanted out of the situation. So I don't think he's really talking bad about her in this interview. I think he's saying, all right, I see the business play, and it obviously worked for her. And I just think that people are being sensitive about the way he's very candid and very direct about it. So I don't really see an issue, and it's 50, right? And outside of like women, I'm saying there are women that are hoes. There are niggas that are just straight up direct, and like their directness and their bluntness and like telling you what shit isn't for everybody. And that's what I think that situation is. So I wasn't offended by it.
Yep. I mean,
just real quick, I got two critiques for 50. If you knew she was a hoe, why did you go raw dog and have a baby with her? Perhaps at the time he didn't know the degree of wholeness, but man, you got to do your Carfax before you go up in raw, baby. The second thing is that 50's audience is all of us, but it's also in the future his children. So calling the baby mom a hoe, the children might eventually find that content. And the thing is that although he's true and although it's accurate, it's still not something that you want to say publicly negatively about the children's mother. Now, at the same time, she's putting her own butt cheek up on these OnlyCans streets. So she's doing it her damn self. The children are going to find it all out. However, as a father, I don't think you should ever be speaking negatively publicly about the baby moms. But trust me when I say I get why he did it.
How would you be offended by it?
Right.
50 Cent has a reputation. He is direct. He is blunt. But that's also rude. You can't really call your baby mother, even though it was rightfully used, a hoe in an interview and say, there was nothing wrong with that. He didn't say anything bad about her. Yeah, he did. Even though she probably deserves it.
Stop. So you just said there's nothing wrong with it, even though she probably deserves it. That's what you just said. I just want to make sure.
No. I was repeating you saying that there
Okay.
was nothing wrong with it.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what you said. I didn't say anything wrong with the video. But he is talking bad about her. He said that he wasn't talking bad about her. That is literally what this video is. He's making fun of her. He's calling her a hoe. She's a sex worker. She got what she wanted. Blah, blah, blah. Like, that's basically what he's saying. He's being very...
I don't think he's making fun of her. I think he's just detailing the business play. Because after the tape came out, I mean, if someone was embarrassed about it, they wouldn't have then promoted it on their their IG for you to click over into their paid subscription model.
Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information, which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now.
direct about it, because we know 50 Cent don't shy away from saying whatever the is on his mind.
Was any of it the truth?
It's not about whether this the truth. I could
Yes, it
say
is
the truth
about-
about anybody. If I feel like I don't like her, I can say to the camera, yeah, that girl, I don't like her. It's the truth, yes, but it's also rude.
Yeah.
Rude as two things can be true.
Yeah. At the same time,
That's
two things
fine.
can be correct.
But we're looking for the truth here. And you didn't have any relations with her. He's telling you that he knows someone's character outside of.
Okay, but what if I said I didn't like you?
Well, let's not.
You're my castmate. They see us together all the time.
Dog, this is...
That too.
But also,
It's fake. It's fake.
even though they had relations, he said that was 12 years ago. He don't know her no more.
True.
12 years ago.
But what if
She was a hoe back then
shits
too,
and
though.
giggles that she was
Allegedly.
doing the same thing 12 years ago?
He
so that would
said-
speak to her character.
He said that she could be having relations with her dog in the backyard for all he cares. So that means he knows nothing about her life right now. So calling her a hoe in this moment is rude. Could it be true?
Who cares
Possibility, yes. But he doesn't know her anymore. That was 12. You know how much change people go through in 12 years? So for him to go on stage in front of a public audience, knowing that he's a public figure, and say that about someone that he no longer knows is rude. And he shouldn't have said it.
But if a tiger hasn't changed their stripes,
What?
I'm asking a question though. The truth is, why?
Well, what? 50 Cent used to be a criminal.
Where did you
done.
actually? But
What
where
can you
did
do
you
about it?
get it that we're talking about truth versus false? Nothing is false. I didn't think that we were questioning that any of this was false.
You know, that's not the issue. She continued even though after she left. You think she became something different within the past 12 years?
She could have.
What are you talking about? She had a baby. What's anything about my come saving her?
Dog, 8 at the table. Why do y'all have people speaking that are not on the goddamn mic? I mean, this is actually ruining the content. Who are the young ladies cackling in the background? Here's the thing. It is my opinion that she's been a lifelong hoe to do the things that she was doing on that tape. And for her to be involved with the people that she's been involved with, that's a lifelong hoe type activity and behavior. Now, could she have lied to 50 way back when to convince him that she's less of a hoe, therefore go raw dog inside of me? That's true. 50 to the audience is just saying out loud what everyone else already knows. You talking, the women talking about that he's just being rude is just a ploy to control his speech. These emotional baked arguments to control people is just birthed out of bullshit. Meanwhile, I have feedback about, well, what if his kids listen to this? That's not emotional. That's then considering logically how that will impact the kids. It's a better argument to stand on. We only know this young woman through the orifices that she's dastardly give to these famous men. That's it. Now she's pulling the Sophie Rain of upping her OF subscription by the publicity of how nasty that she is. Some people can argue that it's rude that she's doing that, but that's a soft leg to stand on. Think about the kids.
She's okay. Wait, hold on.
What am I missing?
Her point is.
So, okay, how about this?
Okay.
So was she supposed to be reborn? What is she being reborn from?
That's the thing.
Wait, hold on. I got this.
Reborn.
So what was she? So she was what she was. She was an Instagram model, right? And now she's doing it on OnlyFans, right? So she's still modeling, right? So same, right? So for 12 years, and you have the same pattern, he's speaking to that pattern. Where's the judge, though? He's telling you what happened. He's literally giving you the truth.
So I feel like it's just unfair for him to do that.
Why?
Considering the fact that he also has a past. Was 50 Cent not a criminal at one point? Was he not, does not have violent tendencies that he got in trouble for? Is he not on tape doing things that he's not proud of? But for him to then go on stage and judge someone else, someone that he had a baby with, is that not crazy?
You saw that
He not have kept his comments to himself?
But you saw that as judgment, and they asked him a question. So his job on stage was to answer the question.
He answered the question. You could have left out the part that she's a hoe.
So you didn't like the fact that he told you the truth?
He could have been like, she's not a victim, and that's what I'm gonna leave it at because that's my child's mother, and we have a child together, and I'm not going to sit on this stage and disrespect her. Is she a victim? No. That's all I'm gonna say about it. It's discernment. It's you knowing what to and what not to say in public, knowing your platform.
My thing is,
so you're mad that he told the truth.
I'm not mad about anything.
It's honestly, it's not about
There you
the
go.
truth versus the false. We all know everything is the truth. Marie's point is the girl's always been a hoe. He didn't have to get on the podium and say, yeah, she a hoe, because you wasn't talking about her on podiums before this.
He was
It was literally
There
because
was no sex tape that just leaked. Why would he be talking about her?
it was because it was Diddy. You could see it.
And he made a documentary about her. You're literally proving my points, but keep going.
He made a documentary about who?
About the Diddy incidents.
You said her, so I was confused.
Well, I'm sorry. He said she was the only one that wasn't in the documentary.
Exactly, because she said that she didn't want to. And honestly, it wouldn't have even gone because she voluntarily.
On what?
Huh?
What do you mean, what am I going?
Everybody was victims in the documentary. Her case wasn't a victim case. No? Isn't that what he said?
Yeah, that's what he said. She's not a victim, and not everybody's a victim. There are people out here, and I've seen it.
I'm blind to the hypocrisy right now. I'm so sorry, but I'm so blind to it because doesn't he have a case and he's trying to yeah. So if he's trying to get custody of his kid, this is probably more evidence towards his case.
It's a whole ass.
What does that have to do with his kid?
Oh my God. And it's definitely a data point that he can utilize in the family court system. I don't know to what end it might be successful or valuable or useful for that end of getting primary custody of his son. I think it is a parent's prerogative to be protective of their children from public shaming, embarrassment, ensure that they have stable foundation, away from any type of damage that can be done to them. So we got to be honest about what's more damaging, 50 Cent in his current image versus Daphne Joy and her image in promotion through OnlyCans.
Well, he's saying define
I'm missing
choose.
it.
When you choose to have sex with someone unprotected, you know the you know the
50
implications of
messed up
having
for that.
unprotected sex with someone and then leaving it in at the end of sex, right? So you chose to have a baby with someone when you did that. Did you not?
Yeah, he wild for that.
But what does age have anything
Okay,
to
so
do?
now
What is
you
what?
have a baby with someone who you are calling a hoe on a public platform. Why would you do that?
Okay.
Why are you trying to get full custody of a child that you know that this hoe wants to also raise?
He probably didn't know.
You chose to have a baby with someone you thought did not have good character. That speaks to your character as well. Is it not?
What about? Okay, I'm like, you're right. I can't even.
He got to take accountability for that. I mean,
No, it doesn't. You can choose to and not to have babies with people who are not. And that's fine, but you still have a brain and you still have your own thought process. You can choose not to have babies with people. That's a choice. You can choose not to have unprotected sex with people. That is a choice. It's not like, oh, I had to do this. You chose to do that. You're a grown man. You did that to yourself. You cannot blame nobody else.
But what does that have to do? What does that have to do with her choices, though?
yeah.
You chose to have a baby with her.
Yeah, but the baby is older now. But what about her choices after the baby has arrived?
You thought she was going to change after the baby got here?
Oh, wait. What did she say? You thought she was going to change after the baby got here? Well, that was 12 years ago. People don't stay the same. People grow. You're not the same person I knew from 12 years ago. That was
She's
literally
not
what you
the
just
same
said.
person.
So she's not. But you thought the person was going to change because a baby came?
The issue is you're trying to take custody from this woman that you nutted in. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Answer my question. Why are you doing that?
What does this age have to do?
Rome.
Are they talking
I
about
want you
age
to
in the
answer my
background?
question. Why are you trying to take custody from this woman that you nutted in?
Maybe because he thinks he's going to be the more fit parent. Because, ready for this? There's a sex tape out of her.
But she was doing these things before the sex tape came out. She was doing these things before.
That's an
you had sex with
OnlyFans
her. This is why
that he knows about and keeps up
And then on
with.
top of that, you had sex with her.
Well,
He said it's
that's another way.
85% up.
What are we doing? What's
You,
the issue now?
you don't know how long he's been trying to get custody because now he's being asked a question. He answers it publicly. Doesn't mean that he started this process of custody. It don't mean it just started. It could have been started in private prior to this.
Now you're rearing my
Just
child.
because
and I don't
it's
agree with it.
legal.
It was,
Why would you
Diddy.
have sex,
It
unprotected
stings.
sex with someone that you did not trust with your child? This is
she looked good.
They have a war. They are going tit for
making
tat.
skills.
We both do. Yeah, we're human.
Right. Okay. So now you
Oh
get.
yeah, I saw that. He put it in the documentary.
Dog, what are they doing?
Child with.
You thought that was bashing?
That was bashing. You got on this platform and called her a hoe. That's bashing. If she got on the platform and
Dog.
said he's a criminal, he does this, this, and that, he beat women, blah blah blah,
Would that be the truth?
it would be true. But you don't need to do that. For what?
All right.
You're not afraid of it.
not-
I'm just saying certain
what
things
are
are
the-
not necessary.
I think you're having like a moral battle right now, and I'm telling you the truth is the truth is the truth.
No,
is the
I'll
truth.
tell you
I
what they're
think
doing.
that I'm
Catch
just
'em.
saying.
Catch
I
'em.
don't like bugs. I think that
Dog, what
there's
are y'all?
there's certain things that just are not necessary. And that was one of them. And he wanted something that was
Listen,
that people were going to click on, and he got it. But that was not necessary. That's still the mother of your child. Your child is probably going to see this video if he hasn't already. This is going to affect.
So you're worried about this video and not the sex tape.
right.
Did you-
Here's the thing. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it was an off day. Maybe it was at the end of the day of recording, and they all just started to bullshit between the mosquito, between the people talking off camera without microphones. Maybe their microphones were off and they didn't know they uploaded a piece of content anyway. I'm a little bit disappointed with with the professionalism that they're showing over there. Did you guys lose a producer or something like that? Get it together, all right? Shit. Anyway. What effectively is happening right here is that the young ladies are caping for the hoe because of sister code. That's really what it is. But isn't it rude that he says something like that? And listen, the specific feedback that this one over here, I could sit down and have a conversation with this one. The other one, she's a lost cause. Where's she at? Complete lost cause. And in fact, I think people that are not good at linking ideas together over a long period of time, either there's like a undiagnosed cognitive problem in our issue that is happening, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, maybe like lower IQ, or right, like when I see people do this is also like a mental health, right? Like if they grab errant ideas when you're saying something to them that's like straight, it's narrow, and they're grabbing all of these disparate ideas to put it together. It's almost like the beginning stages of like a psychosis or something like that. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but nevertheless, effectively what is happening here is like this protection of Daphne's feelings, right? And her feelings don't need to be protected. She is proudly putting the bullshit out onto these internet streets, these Instagram streets, all because she wants money, irrespective of her being a current mother. It's guts for cash. We should not be advocating for that whatsoever, the same way that we will not advocate for a 50 Cent who stuck raw eggplant up in her 13, 14 years ago, and then now he is forced to raise a child with her. And I'm sure that it's one of the biggest mistakes that he has ever made, and it's going to follow him for the rest of his life. It will. He appears unbothered within that, but I'm sure to a degree it pisses him off that he has to share custody with that lovely young lady. But again, the sister code will fight tooth and nail in order to defend her and to come up with these contradictory excuses where they give allowances to her in developing into something new, whereas they chastise 50, even though he may not have known. Now, at the same time, he's got to take accountability. He should have been doing the due diligence, all right, enough to understand exactly the type of woman that she was, and for damn sure protecting oneself from what might have become, which it did. And that's really what the bigger conversation is here, because somewhere along the way, society decided that every choice that we make, every decision that we make deserves some form of validation. Every lifestyle does not deserve applause. Every choice or decision that a woman like that makes does not deserve claps. Every criticism that someone makes towards that is not you being rude or is hate. Full stop. That is not how a healthy society and our culture works, that we cannot have free speech to accurately pinpoint what is happening here for sake of your damn feelings, okay? Shame, when applied appropriately, exists for a very good reason, okay? But there should be balance within that shame, because it is a social stimuli, or rather like a social stigma that tells people which behavior should be tolerated and which should be not. And the thing is that as long as it's within the boundaries or the perimeters of strong structure and family building, wealth building, it's going to build stronger communities, a stronger society, a stronger future for a set of people. Behavior checked, or unchecked rather, behavior unchecked will create chaos, okay? Which is why I think so many people bang with my channel, because I'm trying to like align and structure like a path of decision making that you could be proud of as you look at your life in the future, okay? Accountability is not hatred. Accountability is not rude, all right? Consequences is not oppression. Telling the truth is not evil. You must understand the difference within all of this, okay? All right, guys, I am out of here right now. Let me know what you think about this piece of damn content. Leave me your questions, comments, concerns down up in the comment box down below. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'll leave a link to this content down up in here, even though they're not showing good form from a professional perspective, but maybe they'll hear what I'm saying and get it together for the next time that hopefully content like this comes across my dinner table. All right. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And as always, peace.
So without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound when it's MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.